Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Taking a look here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. Just helping you understand the best practice big picture. We're going to take a quick look here at, of course, the standard indicators as well as some information here on liquidation levels, just to kind of give you a better perspective on the big picture. Because again, looking at liquidation levels isn't like foolproof 100% the only thing to do, but it is important to kind of recognize where we have some strong resistance and support levels. Those typically kind of correlate directly with resistance and support levels on the charts. So that's kind of how they interconnect. Essentially, we'll look at both of those, and of course peek over at traditional markets. But I can tell you, we're kind of just drawing dead here, fairly even for the most part, slightly green of course, but generally speaking, nothing really much to note there. So what we want to do here first of all is take a quick look at the liquidation first, and then kind of go ahead and transition on over from there. Now I have this set to 7 days just to kind of look back at some key level supports and resistances. We can kind of see here that there's not a tremendous amount of support in the last so long, right? As far as the most recent time frame, we can see there's more price points here, or essentially liquidations at the 24,200 mark. Now I've previously indicated that that is a resistance level on the charts, so we'll take a look at that here in a moment. But generally speaking, no surprise that is a current level here in the last 7 days. Same thing with 24,600. So that 24.2 to 24.6 range is a resistance level. We need to recognize that. But in the last 12 hours here, for open interest, we can kind of see there's a large accumulation of volume right here at the level of about 23,300. So that's close to where the price point is at presently, just slightly above that level. So it does tell us we have a decent amount of positions at this level, kind of telling us that the confidence in going up is higher than it going down. Okay. There's also some levels here as well, of course, at the 23,200 mark. But generally speaking, the last 12 hours hasn't been super eventful, if you will. Okay. So generally speaking, that's kind of where we're at there. It's mostly looking good, but for the most part, also kind of just kind of flat, if you will. We've got a couple of doji candles here forming as well. Key, and those are things to really acknowledge. If you see two dojis in a progression here, you can typically see a reversal. So hopefully today doesn't close in a doji, whereas the price could continue lower if we see something like that. It's not a guarantee, of course, but double doji candles, I've noticed, have a tendency of reversing harder than just a single doji candle. Again, depending on how you look at it, right? Because we see this here, this full 24-hour period, we have a gravestone doji essentially telling us the price action should come back up. Or correction, I'm sorry, that's the opposite actually. Gravestone is the inverse. That is more so a dragonfly doji telling us that the price in that 24-hour period opened and closed at the same point and wouldn't go any lower. So again, 23,200 support level. But once again, 24,200 resistance. Okay, so on the liquidation, we can see there's a lot of liquidations there in the last week at that point. Something to recognize, if we were to kind of push up here, we will see some resistance at 24,200 and or 24,600. So this is still a resistance area. Okay, just know that if we increase, we shouldn't break through that immediately. It'd be very surprising if we saw something like this, unless we have a very strong amount of volume to come through it. Okay, so again, some positive stuff there nonetheless. Really quick here, I do want to highlight this as well because I've got some amazing community members here. I just want to kind of highlight Comples. This is one of our community members that's doing very, very well. Keep up the good work. I love and appreciate all of the good work you're doing for the community. So you are a great, great contender there for our Crypto Cash Premium Member of the Month. So taking a look, of course, just generally speaking, amazing results from a lot of other folks too, not just Comples. We can see Sack here as well as Alexandru. Some of our consistent traders doing very, very well. So thank you again to everyone for being awesome, amazing traders. I deeply appreciate how awesome and well you are doing. Again, that is awesome to be able to kind of share that experience with you. And also too, if you want to be part of something better, we have some amazing sponsors. BitGet, we had a $4,000 prize pool monthly. Congrats again to our members for that. Bybit, they have really awesome deposit rewards and trading competitions as well. They're coming up here soon with that. And Mexi Global, if you want to be if you're a U.S. resident and you want to use futures without a VPN, you can use that as well. But of course, got you covered here too. So a lot of reasons to consider using those links just so you can benefit. Of course, that is just something available to all my community members as well as those who are interested in considering that. So taking a look here at Bitcoin, what we want to look at, of course, is besides doji candles, some support levels, right? We've got support at 50 on the RSI. Price is holding fairly strong there. Even though volume is coming down on average over the last 14 days, we're seeing a strong amount of support at that level, which is fantastic. We can also see here, based on our moving averages, that we're still above the 20 and the 50-day SMA. Okay, so as long as we can stay above those levels, we're going to be good. I hope that the price can continue to increase slowly with the 50. That'd be fantastic to keep us above that support level. Okay, because again, that's typically a very good sign if we're above 50 on the RSI as well as the simple moving average. Take a look at the 4 hour though. We can see here we're back up above 50 on the RSI. I wouldn't say this is a definitive break, but it is absolutely positive in the sense that giving us some momentum here, essentially holding that line and assuring us that, even though we have a lot of volume here at this level, about 23,200, we saw that on the heat map earlier. With HyblockCapital, we can see this here as well, that we are looking pretty good to the upside. Okay, so for the most part here, this is a positive sign. We are continuing to try to break through this level. It is somewhat of an ascending wedge type of pattern here. Typically breaks to the upside because we retest that resistance level multiple times. Okay, so 4 hours looking all in all fairly decent. I think slightly better than yesterday. Take a look at the 1 hour. We can go ahead and see here on TD sequential, we did hit this over exhaustive state to the downside, and we're seeing that recovery as well, up to a 7 now. So generally speaking, we could see a couple more hours of continuation or sideways before the price were to retrace. Once again, no guarantees on that, but if traditional markets can kind of just stay green or flat today, I think Bitcoin will also do something similar and then potentially increase throughout the night, because a lot of times that will happen. Now at Ichimoku cloud, we are starting to see some sideways action here, so we're within the cloud presently, but being above it is extremely important. So if we can break above that here soon, a closure above 23,500 today would be solid. That should give us an indication that we can break through this Fibonacci retracement level at 23,600 and continue higher. Okay, so again, retesting the 24,000 range is important. We're not there yet, but I think we are looking like we're going to shape up to get to that level soon. So for the most part, we're seeing some very positive stuff here. The hourly looks decent. The 4 hour looks decent as well, and the 1 day is kind of breaking even with some double doji. So depending on how the candlestick closes here today, if we can get a nice green candle today, I think we're going to be in good shape. If we close red for today, I think we could see further downside because we'd be struggling to create higher highs and higher lows, right? As you can see here, these are parallel lows and tentative higher highs. Okay, so not super impressive by any stretch, but better than it was yesterday. So again, for the most part, we're looking pretty decent. All in all, I feel like we're probably at about a 60-40% probability of further upside, but a lot of it hinges on the traditional markets and just a lot of standard stuff that we really can't see or forecast. So once again, be cautious and careful. I recommend kind of hanging back and waiting for confirmation, specifically for cloud confirmation. And then once we have that, then we can potentially go long to the upside. But for right now, as a community member, we've got a few positions open right now that are pretty close to break even with our average down strategy. And I think that in this situation, we're still going to prevail, but we gotta, cooler heads prevail, right? You've heard that term. We gotta just kind of cool off and relax and take it easy and try not to overtrade too much. Again, your day trading, different story. I've actually got an indicator for day trading specifically coming to our community here soon. That is CC Golden, and it has some really awesome components. I'll be releasing a video with that as well if you decide you want to go that route. Again, that's in the upcoming weeks here, but for now, patience is key. Okay, try to be patient and optimistic, and be careful. All right, thanks again for joining me here. Hope you have a great rest day. Look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.